Hello, good evening, and welcome, fellow endangered species members. I'm Nostradamus, and this is Edge News. Those are some of the latest scenes from Hong Kong. Here's some pictures. Fleeing for his life. If you want peace, prepare for war. It's just escalating. And what does President Xi have to say about it? Anyone attempting to split China in any part of the country will end in crushed bodies and shattered bones, and any external forces backing such attempts at dividing China will be deemed by the Chinese people as pipe dreaming. Let's take a look at just a couple of the many other places on Earth where civilization is breaking down. Here's a picture from Ecuador, and here's a very, very recent video from Spain, because they've just jailed the people that's trying to make Catalonia independent a couple of years ago. Let's take a look at what's just been happening in Catalonia. Barcelona! Just kicking off there, right now. Right, let's have a look at the latest goings on in that lovely holiday getaway spot, otherwise known as Syria. Turkey-Syria offensive, Assad's army enters Manbij. Where's Manbij? Watch as Syrian government forces enter town of Enisa. May as well have a quick look while we're here.
هي شارة النصر المرفوعة الآن والعلم السوري يرفرف. نعم. ولتبقى سوريا.
Oh Jesus.
هذه اللقطات التي ننقلها لكم.
From over the AK-47s.
التي تشاهدونها.
Good God. I think they should have took him out when they
من
had the
مرتزقته
chance.
السوريين للأسف الذين
It
انجروا
couldn't be any worse.
وراءه هذه
Syria's
اللقطات.
army
الجيش العربي السوري لاحظوا
has moved swiftly into towns and villages in the northeast of the country, which could lead to a confrontation with Turkish-led troops. Because the Kurds now, been disowned by America, have joined up with Assad. They're old enemies. I told you in my last video, new lines will be drawn here. If they stay on their own, the Kurds they get wiped out. So they've joined Assad for survival. They've nobody else to turn to. So let's have a look at the map. So here's the Syria's quite big. This is the where the Kurds are. This is where fucking Erdogan's moving in. Turkish-backed Syrian rebels. And here's where Assad's just took over. So this is going to be the major area of confrontation. It's a fucking mess. Got Assad, supported by Iran and Russia. Turkey's a NATO country, but we're all on about stopping selling them arms. And Turkey said, well, fuck you, I'll get my arms from somewhere else. But he's not going to get them from Russia now, is he? Because Russia's arming... I mean, what will Putin do? Is Putin going to arm Erdogan and Assad? So he can sell his arms to both of them while they blow each other up. You've got all the IS prisoners all escaping. They've all started escaping. There was a report of 5 escapees. 5, yeah, more like 500 probably. And it showed you an empty prison where they'd been held and said they'd been moved. Moved, yeah, right, whatever. And Erdogan, he'll probably just let the 3.5 million refugees into Europe if he wants to. Hey ho! It gets better and better. Let me show you this. This is an article from September the 12th, just gone, from İHA Medya. Turkey to start operating kamikaze drones near Syrian border in 2020. A total of 30 such drones will be used to patrol the Syrian border. The first kamikaze drone unit will be formed in the Turkish army in 2020, according to Hurriyet newspaper on Thursday. Drones will serve and participate in combat operations in the east of the country and near the Turkish-Syria border. You bet you they're using them now. Already. Cargo autonomous quadcopters were developed by the Turkish company STM, which produces a full of models of light combat range of navigation, radar equipment, targeting systems, command modules for all troop types, as well as a number of drones. That means a full array of models. We've got a great military advantage thanks to our drones. Cargo is superior to its competitors. In 3 months, in early 2020, the cargo units will begin work in the armed forces and will play a critical role in the conduct of important army operations, especially in the east of the country and near the Syrian border, STM CEO Murat Ikinci said. The unit, he said, will consist of 30 drones equipped with orienteering and facial recognition systems and capable of autonomously performing combat tasks thanks to artificial intelligence technology. So basically, Erdogan's going to be sending out, or is sending out, flying bombs that decide who to blow up, independent of any human intervention.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Each quadcopter can carry a warhead or equipment for specific tasks. The flight range is 15 kilometers. In the air, 70-kilometer drone can be up to half an hour. At the same time, the system works so that if one machine with explosives was disabled, its place would be taken by another and it takes over the task. Kamikaze drones are also cheaper than homing missiles, Ikinci said. He added that the Kargu unit has the potential to destroy ships, military bases and air defence systems against drones are ineffective. Translation's a bit crap, innit? Patrolling and maintaining security at the Syrian border, including at depths of up to 15 to 30 kilometres, is strategically important for Ankara. Well, there's a distance that sounds familiar. 30 kilometres. Isn't that how far he wants his buffer zone to go into Syria? Turkey is currently working with the United States. Well, it was on a project to create a safe zone in northern Syria free of PKK, PYD, YPG and STD militias recognised by the Turkish side as terrorists. These organisations also operate in northern Iraq, where the armed forces of the Turkey regularly carry out operations to destroy their facilities and infrastructure by the Air Force. I'm just reading what it says. The armed forces of the Turkey. Is it Christmas yet?
Divorce under Sharia law is easier than under Iraqi civil law and leaves women with fewer rights. Sharia also allows child marriage.
What's the youngest age that you'll marry?
يعني أن تكون بالغة، يعني أن تكون أم طفلة أن تكون بالغة، تعرفون قصدي شنو البالغة؟ يعني بحيث تطيق النكاح والزواج. أكو مرات 10 سنوات، مرات 12 سنة، مرات 15 سنة بموافقة ولي الأمر.
Rightio, let's have a change of subject. We're over here on simplyinfo.org at the Fukushima Project. All the latest news from Fukushima. Another nuclear power scandal in Japan. The recent gift scandal at Kansai Electric shows details of a corporate culture on the take. No surprise there then. Fukushima Daiichi water infiltration from typhoon. We've got all these News reports. Have a look. This is from... Hang on. Where are we? Typhoon Hagibis has mostly cleared from Fukushima Prefecture. TEPCO published a series of reports of water infiltration at the plant over the time of the typhoon. No reports of damage were issued yet. Well, there wouldn't be, would there? They wouldn't want anybody to know there's anything wrong. It may take some time after the storm completely passes before workers can go outside to do visual inspections. Webcam images captured a few hours before this report showed mostly clear conditions. Unit 2 Waste Treatment Building Central Area Leakage Alarm from Stagnant Water Transfer Piping. Fukushima Daiichi Nuclear Power Station Unit 2 Waste Processing Building Central Area Leakage Alarm from Stagnant Water Transfer Piping continued. Occurrence of leak warnings in the existing desalination facility building at Fukushima Daiichi Nuclear Power Station. Got more fucking leaks than Wales, this place. Occurrence of leakage warning near the main building of the Fukushima Daiichi NPS process. Another leaks. Right, well, I'm not going through all that, so I'm going to leave you the link to that below and you can check it out for yourselves. Right, over to allthat'sinteresting.com. It froze up. Oh, you silly laptop. You silly laptop. Oh, look at that, what's just popped up. Does psilocybin hold the key to treating PTSD and depression? Yes, it does. I love this site, allthat'sinteresting.com. I could do a full show or more on the stuff on here. History Uncovered. Angela Hitler was the Führer's half-sister and the mother of his teenage incestuous love interest. Well, I didn't know that. Inside the sham trial and gruesome death of Joan of Arc. History. The groom of the stool, the prestigious king's aide who would wipe his nether end. Fancy that job. Dead cattle in Oregon found with sex organs cut out and drained of blood. Baby sea turtle washes ashore with fucking bastards. Couple claims 6-year-old dwarf they adopted was really an adult sociopath. Makes you wonder whether there was 8 dwarfs and not 7 in the Snow White story. Bashful, dopey, grumpy, happy, sleepy, sneezy, slashy, and Doc. I make this up as I go along. Mad me. I came on this site to check out this this story, if it load up proper. Brooklyn company markets $1,425 Jesus shoes filled with holy water, and they sell out instantly. The water that fills the shoes' soles was taken from the River Jordan and blessed by a priest in Brooklyn. Oh shit, I didn't know that. Oh, there goes my joke. That was my joke I had lined up. Gone and fucking ruined it, you bastards. Aye, soddy. Anyway, I'll leave the link to this very, very, very, that's very interesting site for you. You can check out all the wild and wonderful stories. That's pissed me off, that.
Sheikh Salawi.
سيدنا أنا أريد أعقد على بنية عمرها 12 سنة يتيمة. فأنا صراحة الرجال ما أريد أتزوج أي وحدة، وفترة إن أنا يعني زواج منقطع أريده. بس أكيد إنه البنية إذا عمرها صغير ماكو مشكلة.
9 سنوات فوق ماكو مشكلة. شرعا ماكو مشكلة. بعد هذا من لدينا الالزاميات اللزوم بالشريعة.
Next, I want to bring you a report from Futurism.com about my favourite newspaper, all about doom and gloom. This awful tabloid predicts a killer asteroid almost every day. Is this the worst science journalism on the internet? No, it's not on the internet, it's in a British daily newspaper. On October the 4th, writers at the British tabloid The Daily Express published 5 separate articles what they claim were killer asteroids careening towards the Earth. At the Express, this seems fairly typical. It's rare for a day to go by without the newspaper warning or heavily implying that a deadly space rock is about to annihilate civilization. Between September the 7th and October the 8th, for instance, we counted 87 Express articles about killer asteroids, which works out to an average of nearly 3 doomsday space posts per day. Favourite sensational headline was Asteroid Warning, Deep Impact Predicted for 2069, claims Nostradamus prophecy expert. Remember that Nostradamus 2069 article from earlier? The very first sentence reads as follows: the asteroid will hit Earth in our lifetimes, triggering widespread tsunamis and a firestorm of destruction on a global scale. Well, now you know where to get it from. The Express seems to have thrown out context in order to treat killer asteroids as bread and butter. Over the entire stretch of time that we examined, there were only 4 days that the Express didn't publish an article about a killer asteroid. As of press time, the Express hasn't responded to Futurism's questions about its editorial standards as they pertain to killer asteroids. That looks like they've been reading the Express for months. It's just sensationalist journalism to sell papers. Not like me, I tell you how it is. What's that in the sky? Oh shit! It's a flaming fireball! It's gonna hit us! Oh, it's just missed! Oh, thank God for that. Phew, that was a close one. Thought I'd take a look myself at what they was on about. So I got to the Daily Express website, and there's one from Sunday. Oh, another one from Nostradamus 2019 prediction: Donald Trump assassination and war. NASA issues plea of action on asteroid threat that could take Earth entirely by surprise. NASA needs more hands on deck due to one asteroid threat in particular, claims scientist Professor Greg Leonard, who works for the US Space Agency. Indeed. Oh, it must be true then. Look at these pictures. Oh. Boom. Smash. Bam. Oh, knickers. Oh, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Earth. Oh, Jesus Christ. What a load of codswallop. Right, I've come over to spaceweather.com, and as you can see, there's no Earth-smashing asteroids been spotted recently. That's going to put an instant end to life on Earth. But I've not come on here for that reason. I just wanted to show you something else. I'll show you this bit first as well. The tale of interstellar comet Borisov. So I don't know whether you know there's a comet bit there streaking, but it's not from our solar system. They've worked out it's come from interstellar space, like Oumuamua did. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. I don't think it's going to get bright enough for us to see it, but you never know. I want to talk about the thermosphere climate index and stuff, and the neutron counts, because the sun's at its minimum. All the cosmic rays are coming in now from outer space. Today's high is 10.2% above average, I think that is. So we had a low during the solar maximum in 1991. We go on the more data. More detail. It gives you an indication just how low the solar minimum is. So there's a solar minimum of 2009, 2010, where lots of cosmic particles was coming in, and here we are today, and it's high and it's on the rise. This thermosphere climate index gives an indication of the temperatures high up in the Earth's atmosphere. And you can see during the last solar minimum it got down to 2.05 10 to the 10 watts per whatever. And at the moment it's 4.35. Now this was a lot lower. Now what during recent weeks this has been steadily rising. And it should be dropping possibly to a record low. So it'd be interesting to see, watch this figure and which way it goes. Let's put the graph up and show you. So here we are. It got down to here. Can we magnify this? Oh yeah, it got down to here. But recently, it's gone up. Now I don't know. This should drop back down. But what with happening with global warming and that, will it drop back down, or will it continue to go up? Which of course it It shouldn't go up. It should drop back down. So this is something to keep an eye on, what's going on in the atmosphere. If anything unusual happens, I'll be sure to let you know. Let's get back to one of our old favourites, Climate Reanalyzer. Look at the contrasts in temperature anomalies over short distances. Look at the difference in temperature over just a few miles. Just in the Arctic. Great big warm blob over North Africa and Europe. Another massive warm blob over Siberia. Big cold blob over South America. Antarctica, we've got a hot blob, cold blob, warm blob, cold blob, warm blob, cold blob. It's a mess. Just a mess. Arctic 3.1 degrees above normal as a whole. And I think these temperature differentials are just going to exasperate and get worse. The climate becomes more chaotic. One day where it's like normal, and then the next day there's a freezing temperature swing of 60, 70, 80 degrees comes in. What's the jet stream doing? Oh, it's totally fucked. Just going back to allthat'sinteresting.com, there's this article here that may back up my theories. The last woolly mammoths on Earth died of catastrophic icing events. New study finds, and this is quite recent, just from last week, October the 8th. The study suggests that the dietary well-being of Wrangel Island's mammoths was stable and that all long-term weather events had already passed. The culprits of their demise, it claims, were short-term icing events. These were hardy animals. After most of Earth's woolly mammals died out, one population carried on a remote Arctic island. The final holdouts survived on Wrangel Island and outlived their mainland counterparts by 7,000 years. Finally, about 4,000 years ago, that lone group went extinct too. There's been lots of theories why the last mammoths died out, and some say it's because of human hunting and that, but I never believed that anyway. Published in the Quaternary Science Reviews journal, their research indicates the species wasn't under direct pressure, but that a powerful weather events led to their starvation and subsequent extinction instead. A 2017 study published in the PLOS found that a genomic meltdown was responsible for their disappearance, with mutations resulting from their dwindling population size contributing to their downfall, with no ability to synthesize proteins, it claimed, The mammoth's loss of smell and ability to detect pheromones rendered them unable to socialize, procreate, and thrive. This latest research, however, found no evidence of a shrinking population size before extinction, and that a seemingly far simpler scenario was the culprit: the weather.
Our reporter and the cleric agreed to meet in a cafe in Baghdad to finalize arrangements. The sheikh said he had a girl waiting.
Sick bastard!
هي قاعدة ويا هنا بس هذا يصير عقد مثلا أما يعني ظروفها المادي أو هي محتاجة لعملية جنسية وكذا فيصير عقد مع شرعي
يعني بس مال يوم واحد.
كيف؟
The sheikh said he had arranged a place where our reporter could have sex with her.
يعني بشون بيوتنا نفس الشيء تعرف ما بيعها وتأجرك إيجار أجرت لك مكان أمين ولطيف.
اوكي.
إيه يعني في سبيل واحد يخلص شغله.
We have enough proof he can provide girl, so we left it there.
This was a man of God acting as a pimp. He wasn't the only one.
Here on the Danish Meteorological Institute website, this is showing the daily mean temperatures north of 80 degrees in the Arctic. Showing that it's a hell of a lot warmer than what it should be. Arctic sea ice news and analysis from NCIDIC, the National Snow and Ice Data Centre. Have a look at the extent. Prepared this a bit better, but you can see it's really struggling, and it's just about to set a record for the lowest ever at the time of year, even by 2012 standards. On the Polar Portal, have a look at the volume, as I think this says more than the actual extent. And as you can see, we're heading into no man's land. So it's really struggling to come back. It's not surprising given the air and sea temperatures up there. Very sad. Let's take a look at the latest methane concentration levels in the atmosphere. I nearly had an heart attack yesterday when I was taking down the data from the satellites on the NOAA website. As I start off with the METOC 1 satellite in the morning, and that was showing an increase of 6 parts per billion in a week. When you add in all the other data from the afternoon and the morning and afternoon data from the METOC 2 satellite as well, it evened out at a rise of just 0.7 parts per billion on the previous week. So as you can see, we're still on the rise. And at the higher levels in the atmosphere, we've had We've had an increase over the previous few weeks. I was just wondering whether that Metop 1 AM data was showing something significant, like a major blowout had occurred. But we'll see that transfer to the higher atmosphere in this graph over the next week or two, if indeed anything major is going on. Can't see any unusual methane emissions or explosions in the Arctic last few days, but this is the surface level methane in Eastern Asia recently. That's bad. Extremely bad.
Sayed Rad took charge of negotiations.
لا هو زين على مود المهر شلون راح نتفاصل عليه؟
هو مهر واحد يسوي لك عقد
شفهي
شلون عقد السيارة؟ عقد السيارة لمدة يوم.
Sayed Rad seemed keen to get the deal done as quickly as possible.
الصبح ما اعرف ايش تيجي ولا الظهر تيجي العصر هيك وقت.
ايه العصر هيك وقت.
خليها تبات والصبح ترجع للبيت.
ايش قلت هيك راح يكون النهار مالتها؟
والله يوم حالة المقدمة انا قلت لك
We had the evidence we needed. It was time to end the meeting. Our reporter took Sayed Rad aside and said he wouldn't go ahead with the pleasure marriage.
لازم حتى اعطيها الحين.
ايش قد بس قول لي ايش قد انطيني انت.
اعطيني
40 دولار.
But Sayed Rad wasn't ready to give up on the deal.
انت تقول لي لا
سيد
في فد واحدة صغيرة
يعني صاحبنا اذا
15 16 14 اجي وياها اروح اشوف الجنيه اذا صغيرة شيء اجيب
We'd captured evidence that a cleric was prepared to pimp a young girl.
The cleric wanted his $400. He was willing to bring as young as he has to. He just didn't want to let that deal go past him. It's a good franchise for these vampires. They suck the life out of young girls and leave them to deal with their miseries.
A naughty child you cannot smack. On buses and trains you may not snack. No wonder kids have no respect, and long journeys are just feck. But yet it's fine for big oil to frack.
ناسب أنا ما أقدر أرفض.
Rasul's been pimped by the cleric for 3 years, forced to have sex with dozens of men.
فالسيدة تكون مسؤوليته يكون اكو علاج حتى أنا ما أصير حامل يعني أوبر.
وكم المبلغ الذي بيعطيكي مقابل كل شخص؟
هو حسب رغبة الشخص مو أنا أحددها.
يعني
في شي بالجنس بيجبروكي عليها؟
ايه، اكو اشياء لازم يكون اكو اجبار باشياء اني ما عيدتها، حتى لو تقانون لازم تصير. شلون دي النشر؟ اكو هواي حالات مثلي، هذا الشي منتشر كل شوية. أول وتالية الدموع البنية يعني حياتها تنتهي من أول يوم تخلي رجلها بخط الطريق، بعد ما يبقى لها مستقبل خلاص.
Reem escaped the cleric in Kadhimiya. She's still traumatized.
عندهم بس المرأة كهيئة كحيوان، ما عندهم إنسانة، عندها مشاعر، ماكو هيجي شي. ينشون اللحم خلاص وذبوا العظم.
Terrible world we live in. Right, I've had enough now. Please like and share my videos. Tell your friends, get them subscribed. Get me up to 50 subscribers. I've been stuck on 46 for ages. Want to get the best Halloween costumes and horror stuff? Get down to Home and Bargains. They've got some belting gear in there. See ya!